Oh, now, I did a picture now, and I try this one. Oh, I might just forget about the lives. I tell you, we'll just go straight on to it. Good evening. Welcome to another show. And I'm John, and my guest is Holly. And tonight we're going to do a press conference reaction. So if you like my videos, can you please subscribe to the video or stick like to the video and please subscribe if you are new. And also leave the comment sections down below. I've got two comments right over here. I've got Goku, what time's the press conference? It's obviously now. David said the answer for you 7 o'clock. So forget about the but right, Holly, so how's your day been and what have you been up to today? Anything great?
Haven't been up to much today, but it's been okay. How about you?
Try to get this sorted out. Nah, I've just been working today. I've got to finish at 3 o'clock and everything is great. And yeah, it's been absolutely amazing. So it's been a good day. 3 o'clock finish and I'm happy about it, So yeah.
Good.
So yeah, I was going to say we'll crack on to this. On the press conference reaction, Steve has just come out today, and he's talking a lot of trouble, isn't he? This guy, I'm telling you. But he's mainly about players and injuries at the moment in time, and like Gil. So if I crack on to this straight away, that Steve has come out and said he was asked about the injury news. He said, "Frankly, we've not. Frankly, we've not got any new injuries ahead of the weekend. Federico Fernandez trained yesterday and the day before, but Sunday will come too soon for him. Hopefully he'll be ready for Wolves." Are you glad to see this guy back if he comes fit? Oh. Hello.
Sorry, my phone
Yeah,
has got issues.
I clicked off a mistake. I'm sorry. I was going to crack on with this, yeah, because I've got loads of can. Just said about Federico Fernandez. He's in training, but Sun is too early for him, and he should be back against Wolves next week. And are you glad to see this guy back?
Well, it's brilliant if he'll be back for Wolves. Like, I don't think it'll matter too much if he misses the game against Man United because realistically, we're probably not going to get anything from it anyway. But I'll be really happy if he'll be back for Wolves.
Yeah, I think so, because for me, it's been a bad miss. I mean, I spoke to someone today that I'd rather have him rather than Lascelles because Lascelles has been absolutely shocking at this moment in time. And for me, he's a yellow card all the time. And, I just think it's been poor. So that's another day. And on to injury players, Fabian Shaw and had his operation, and Callum Wilson is a muscle injury. So we have to be patient with him. The one that looks better is Javier Manquillo, who twisted his ankle badly but has responded well to his treatment. What do you make of that one?
Well, obviously it's not very good that he had to have the surgery or the operation or whatever it was, but I'm pleased that he said that it went quite well. And Fabian Shaw is, like, I think in my opinion, he's a miss for us. It'll be great to have him back when he is fit. I think it might be definitely towards the end of the season or next season, but it'll be great to have back and just hopefully he signs a new contract with her.
Sure, I was just about to say that he needs to sign a new contract anyway. I hope he does, but obviously the club's not thinking about him at all at the moment. Do you know what I mean? They're just quite happy to let him go, but I hope that's not the case because the guy's been absolutely amazing, and I do like this guy. And for me, he's been outstanding for the last 3-4 games. I'm getting people saying, "Oh, he's only playing for a move." Yeah, but let's enjoy the guy. Let's enjoy him.
Well, I thought that he'd probably leave at the end of the season because I don't think that Bruce has particularly treated him well. Like, he hasn't been as good of a player under him, and then I just think he's been harsh on him at times with leaving him out the squad and stuff like that. But then I seen something on the Chronicle the other day that said he was thinking about getting a new deal, and I would love that because he's definitely one of our most exciting centre backs, and I just hope that he does stay because he'd be a massive miss, and I don't know who we could get to replace him that would be just as good or better for a small amount of money because we're not going to have the money to spend.
This is the worst sort of thing, you know what I mean? But we need to get a replacement for him. If he decides to go, there's one player I've gone for, Sampdoria's Omar Colley, plays for Sampdoria, 6'2". He's 28. defender for the Mirasi outfit in Serie A. The guy is absolutely magnificent. He really is. He's strong. He's quick. You know, if Shaw's going to go, I hope we get this guy. But in the meantime, we need to keep Fabian at the club at any cost because he loves the club and we love him. And obviously, the board and Bruce don't care. So, and switching on to Dwight Gale, Steve Bruce has asked about Dwight Gale. Monday was always going to be difficult for Dwight. It was his first start of the season, but he stuck at it. Got 65 minutes under his belt, and we always know he can score a goal. Well, he ain't going to score a goal if he's been shoved on the right ring, Holly.
Very true. That was totally bizarre when Bruce did that against Chelsea. I have no idea what he was thinking. Like, we all thought he was obviously going to be playing in that number 9 role, but then he wasn't, and it was bizarre. I think he did have a really poor game, but whether that was down to his positioning or not, I'm not sure. But I don't even think I would probably start him for the next game because I just thought he looked so behind it.
Yeah, I don't feel sorry for Dwight because at this moment in time, I mean, he did not look happy at all whatsoever. And the guy is just, for me, he doesn't deserve a new contract, in my opinion. Judge that performance, but that's just not his fault at the end of the day. But he's too injury prone. He just scored enough goals. And for me, I think if he goes to a different club next season, I'll just wish him all the best. But you're right. It's just very off the Bruce to do that sort of thing, slap in the face to Dwight and for the supporters as well. Thomas, how are you, mate? I hope you're okay. And yeah, it's just so sorry for him. And on to Marta Dubravka. He was asked about him. I've got a bit of breaking news on him as well. He was asked about Martin. He said he's been very professional, but that doesn't mean he's happy. We're not playing, and I wouldn't expect him to be. I've stayed with Carl or started with Carl because I think he deserves it. Our season, we've said how well he's played, but I need that competition. And going on the breaking news, according to Lee Ryder, he said Martin Dubravka is unhappy in Newcastle after losing his first team berth. And Steve Bruce says a difficult job keeping informed Cardalo and Dubravka happy. So he said that, and then Dubravka said he's unhappy. And I just don't blame him because for me, I'd rather see Martin play in front of Carl. However, he's not going to drop Darlow now, surely.
I don't think he will drop Darlow, but that'll be a big mistake in my opinion because Dubravka is an outstanding goalkeeper. Like, he's one of the best in the league and one of the best we've had in years. And I think if he doesn't start playing him soon, there's a chance that he'll go, and we just can't afford to let go. And of Martin Dubravka, we can't afford for him to leave because he's one of the few players at the club that we should be building the team around, that are our top players. And I would never ever forgive Steve Bruce if he was the reason that we lost Martin Dubravka because he's such a good talent. It would be a massive loss for us.
Ollie, well said. I just let you carry on speaking. I just listened to you there. Every word there, absolutely spot on. Thank you very much. I mean, exactly my thoughts as well. I can't forgive Steve Bruce at all whatsoever if he allows Martin to go. For me, he's a leader. And not only that, he commands this area. He shouts it. And when he pounds the ball, so many a time he pushes the ball up and punches it away. Cardolo don't do that for me whatsoever. And I see mistakes creeping into Darlow's this game. So he's better not sell him, otherwise there's going to be problems long term for Bruce. And he's asked about Paul Dummett. He said, we need his experience. I know how. We're also mindful of just throwing him in there. Since Southampton, he trained another week, and the more sessions he does, the better. He's there or thereabouts. You know what? I'll chuck him in. I'll chuck him at left back for me and just have him alongside the Sells, who I don't think should be playing alongside Stephen Clark.
He's definitely worth putting in at left back because, to be honest, there's no one really better at this moment, obviously. And but I do think that he's better in the centre-back role. I don't think he's particularly great at left-back. I do prefer him as a centre-back. I know he naturally plays on the left, but I just think he looks a lot better in centre-back. But he does deserve a goal because when he came on as a sub, was it against Southampton? I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. When he came as a sub against Southampton, he looked really good. I know he didn't have a long time to play, but he looked really decent, so I would give him a run out. But I don't think he's one of Bruce's favourite players, so...
I'll tell you what, all the good players who got out of the club, Steve Bruce doesn't choose them. All he picks is John Shelby, Jamal Lascelles. He picks his Spear bats and Joe Linton. No, not John Linton. Joe Linton. I think Paul must be listening as well, man. Do you know what I mean? But you never know. He could do. And you're right. I mean, if that's the end of the day, I mean, Bruce doesn't like players that we love. Dominic. I think he's just doing this because he wants to get the sack. You know what I mean? But poor Dominic is he does the job. He's not world class, but for me, I think he does the job and gets on with it. No feels, no spills, deals with it. Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
And this is the one I've got to bring up, right, man? I mean, Steve Bruce's asks about Man United. Yeah, you are gonna love this. He said, I've got to read it out, man. Sheffield United is also at Sheffield United went there 3 weeks ago and won 2-1. You can never say never, and the beauty of the Premier League is that there's never a given. Yes, we have to play and defend well, but you always have a chance. Oh, Holly, man. But I'll read that. Oh my God. Just please talk to me. Talk to us, please. Talk to us.
I don't know where he gets his optimism from. Like, constantly saying, oh, I get positivity from this. We played well in the second half. I thought we did great in this part. I'm like, what are you watching? I think he's like sitting watching the Champions League in the dugout on his phone or something because he's not watching the game on the pitch. Like, it's a joke. He's going on like we're playing like Barcelona or Real Madrid or something. And we're literally on the verge of being relegated. Like, what is he saying? Does he need some new glasses or something? I don't know what this guy is saying. It's just crazy. Like, I've never ever heard a manager who's managing a team that's around the relegation zone saying that they're brilliant. Like, what is that about? It's madness. It's actually worrying. Like, we could get relegated and he'd probably say, well, I thought we were the best team in the league or something. Like, this is just crazy, this guy's logic. Like, I can't understand.
Oh my God, I just don't get it at all. I really don't. I mean, this guy is an absolute muppet. I've never known a manager's come out and insulted our fans on the players as well. Unbelievable. Andrew, evening to you, man. I hope you're okay, my guy. Can you please subscribe to my channel and also stick a like on the video as well? But you're right. I mean, the guy's a joke. I mean, this is the manager, right? He's trying to put a positive spin to the fans, insulting our fans, right? Saying he's getting letters through the fans, which is an absolute bull, right? And then he comes out and say, absolute nonsense, man. Disrespect Rafa Benitez, right? Nah, it's a joke, Holly, honestly.
That's the thing that I find most annoying about him. There's a lot of things that are annoying about him, but when he constantly has digs at Rafa Benitez, I'm like, that just shows how unprofessional you are. Like, Rafa Benitez no longer has anything to do with this club. Up until recently, he was in China in a totally different league doing his thing. So why is he bringing him into it? Like, what's happening now at Newcastle is nothing to do with Rafa Benitez. And the fact that he compares him as a manager to Rafa Benitez just shows how deluded the guy is. Like, I just don't understand him. He's just crazy.
I'm going to call him Donald Boost from now on because he looks like Donald Boost, doesn't he? Do you know what I mean? Not Trump, but Donald Boost, man. Or Pandemic Boost, because at the end of the day, the guy is out of his depth. And you know what I mean? Oh, man. He needs to keep his mouth shut now and just something on the fans, man, because at the end of the day, I think the guy is just deluded. You're right. I got Andrew again. My man thinks Steve Bruce could be Donald Trump in disguise. I got active Aaron again. Oh, you came my biggest fears, been panicking and going back to 5-4-1 for the rest of the season. So I tell you what, mate, if he does that, then I will not be doing any more watch along because I'm not going to be wasting my time watching that crap. So there you go. I got Andy again. Would you take Scott Parker? Would you take Scott Parker? Young?
Yes, probably at this moment in time. I think he could do a better job than Bruce, and he's doing well, obviously, with Fulham. So why not? He can't be any worse. Like, I wouldn't say that I would go out my way to get him, and if we could move on to bigger and better things, I wouldn't choose him. But certainly at the minute, yeah.
Do you know what it is? I mean, I know Fulham were second and third from bottom of the league. They're playing some cracking stuff, yeah. They've only problem they've got with Scotty, right? You know, they're not winning games and they're playing cracking stuff. They can't score goals and missing a lot of chances, yeah, and not holding out to win games. But I will say, Scott Parker is destined for the very top. I really do, because he's so cool, so culture. Look at this guy. I've got it on the screen. Look at this guy. You know what I mean? But I'm going to read what he said, right? And I'm going to read what Scott said. He was asked a question about what's going to go on to the end of the season. He said, "We both realise what's at stake and the battle that brings. My teams will be prepared as best as they can." Yeah, that is a positivity there from Scott Parker. Steve Bruce's response in his press conference today, he said, "Bring it on." And then he also go on, Callum.
I was literally just going to say that mentality is what we need at the club right now. Like, we need some realistic positivity, not deluded positivity that Bruce has given us, saying that we're playing well when we're not. Like, and Fulham, in my opinion, don't have a very good side. Like, I don't think they have a good striker that can score goals, and their team, some players are okay, but generally I don't think it's very good. I think our squad's a lot better than theirs on paper. So I think that Scott Parker with our squad could do a really good job, to be fair.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I don't believe what comes out of Steve Bruce's scum now because he's so negative. The guy says the wrong things. He's so senile. He says the absolute joke. And yeah, you're right. Scotty Parker is just, I think you do well. I got a few more here anyway from Keith Downey from Sky Sports. He's come out. He's asked about Mitch Newcastle look over the shoulder at Fulham catching. He said, from 13th down, you're looking over your shoulder. Fulham are confident they can catch us. Well, let's see where we're at the end of the season. Well, let me tell you something. I've got to correct Steve on that, right? It's between 6 clubs, yeah? Fulham, us, Burnley, Brighton, yeah? Sorry, 4 of us. Not Palace, West Brom and Sheffield United. Where's it getting 13th from?
I have no idea. Like we said, the guy's completely deluded. Like, I don't even think it's the bottom 6. I think it's the bottom 5 because I think Burnley will be absolutely fine.
Yeah.
It's just stupid. Like, he doesn't. It's like he's completely blind to what's happening. Like, all the fans can see it, and we're all telling him, and he just can't see it for himself. Like, because we realise that we're in a dangerous position. Because literally, in the matter of like a couple of weeks, we could literally be in the bottom 3 and struggling to get back out of it if we do get back out of it at all. And he's acting like, oh, it's fine. They're going to lose. We'll win a couple and we'll finish mid-table. It's just rubbish. It's not going to happen. He's in fantasy land.
He was in fantasy land from day one. I never wanted Steve Bruce as manager from day one at all whatsoever. When he's announced, I thought, oh my God, my hands sank. Do you know what I mean? I just couldn't speak for a couple of days. Do you know what I mean? From going for a world-class manager into a puppet manager. 11 year. Can it win string 3 wins in a row together? Right? The guy is an absolute foolie. I'm telling, an absolute fool. So I got Andrew again. Man United rip us apart. Question is, by how many? I really think I'll come down to goal difference, and ours is getting worse. You're absolutely right, Andrew. You're correct. And like I said as well, I mean, it's not looking good at all in a minute because at the end of the day, we're just an absolute poor team. And I got one from Chrissy Waff, right? He said to MSC, I mean, no matter what anyone else does, you have to set yourself your own points target to reach. We're not alone in it. Fulham have obviously closed the gap by 6 points, but they only won at the last 13 too. We have to get the figures as quickly as possible. Well, we only won 2 games in 15. So I think Steve needs to concentrate on us, not worry about Fulham.
That's the problem, is that we're relying too much on Fulham and the other teams in the bottom 3 doing badly for us to stay up. Whereas realistically, we need to be focusing on us, because as long as we keep picking up points, we'll be fine. But that's just not the way it's going to happen, because Bruce doesn't have any type of motivation to get these players to pick up points.
This is the thing. I mean, the fact of the matter is all about mind games as well. Who's going to win the mind games between Bruce and Parker? For me, I can say Parker all day long because he's just calm. He's positive. He comes out. He says the right things to the players, bigging the players up as well and say it out like it is. But for Newcastle and Steve Bruce, well, he never picks anyone up. He had to cuss Dyke Gale. He had to go at him. Matty Longstaff and Sean Longstaff why have these press not challenging him? Where are they? Are they fit? Are they injured or not in the plans? Where are the Longstaffs?
I think they'll be gone at the end of the season, especially Matty, because I know Sean's still under contract, I think, but Matty isn't. So I think they'll both be gone when they're out of contract. Like, I can't see them staying, and you couldn't blame them because they're getting like just stretched shockingly. Like, you can't tell me they don't deserve a go in the team after how poor the midfield has been, but yet he still chooses to pick Jeff Hendrick over them. It's just stupid.
He's coming back on Sunday, Jeff, and he's back on Sunday after that one game ban. But you know what it is? It's unfair. I mean, Sean Longstaff's got a long way to go, to be fair. He's not been playing well, but Matty, he's coming on. I do like Matty Longstaff because he gives his energy, he gives you the work rate, the passion, and the fun. But you're right. I mean, Jeff Hendricks, for me, he'll come straight back in on Sunday. You just watch because he's one of Bruce's favourite players, sort of thing. You know what I mean? And we need fighters in the team now. We need to have people down there, roll their sleeves up, and just give it a go.
Sad thing is there's not many players in our squad that are willing to use their voice and highlight their concerns. There's only the likes of Martin Dubravka, Isaac Hayden, Shaw to a degree, but apart from that, most of them just are quiet and don't want to express how they're feeling and the problems that we have, because maybe they're scared of the backlash or whatever from the other players. But it needs to be said. Someone in that squad needs to take leadership because Lascelles isn't doing the job and just say, these are the problems, this is how we're going to fix them. We have to try, otherwise we're going to go down.
Absolutely, I totally agree because we're not playing well at all. 2 wins in 15 games, and that's relegation for by strength and imagination. You're right, but talking of Lascelles, I mean, since he came back, he hasn't been playing well. Yeah, I know he's just recovered from COVID, but he's been getting more yellow cards than winning the games. And that tackle on Abraham sort of thing, I thought that was a just a good tackle sort of thing. That was a good tackle there. It wasn't a penalty, by the way, but if you look at the second goal we conceded, right? The player's head was down, right? Lascelles missed a trick. He should have gone to the place there. Look, oh yeah, lads, we can get back from this, psyching them up, sort of thing. Passion. There's none of that from him. None of it. And that is very poor captaincy.
It is. He hasn't been playing well and he hasn't been doing his job as a captain well. So why is he still getting picked and why is he constantly starting games? It's just pointless having him in the squad because he doesn't add anything for me.
He doesn't. He's gone backwards, and he since Rafa left. And the thing is, everyone's bigging him up and seeing, oh, he's going to play for England and stuff like that. He's not England material. No way. He's just gone backwards. The guy is, was he 26, 27?
I think so, yeah.
He's on his prime and he needs to fix up very quickly. Maybe sort of a move away from Newcastle will be the best option. We need a clean slate. We definitely need a clean slate. Starting from Steve Bruce, get him out, get rid of the players, just get rid of the deadwood sort of thing, bring in new, fresh players coming in. Because at the minute, Holly, if you look at the team, some of the players over the stadium, welcome to Newcastle.
That's what would be in an ideal world. We do just need a complete refresh because from the very top to the very bottom, the mindset's just wrong at the moment and the confidence is at an all-time low. The players aren't good enough anymore. We've still got most of the players that we had in the championship in 2016-17, and it's just them players aren't good enough for us anymore. We should have moved on by now. They should have been gone a few years ago. We're just holding on to these players that are just useless for us because we're not spending the money to get new ones in. So hopefully eventually we'll manage to get them out, but I can still see them hanging around for the next few years if Ashley's still here.
Yeah, I totally agree. Because if they go to a different club, no one ain't going to pay them money on in a minute. And that's a shame. That's a big problem. Look at players that actually he's on 40 grand a week. Salvia, 40 grand a week. Yeah. No one even touch them because of the wage they're in as well. And that's why they just said, I'd say a minute at a time, I'm chilling. I'm not going to leave Newcastle. I'm chilling. I want a big fat paycheck at the end of it as well. So I got Andrew again. How many Newcastle players will get into other Premier League teams? Not too many. I reckon Wilson and ASM. I can't think of any others. Holly.
But strongly disagree. Martin Dubravka for a start.
Yeah.
He could get in practically any Premier League team. He is amazing. I love the guy. And then also Isaac Hayden. I think he could get another Premier League club.
Yeah, man.
apart from that, would probably be struggling. But definitely Martin Dubravka. He's good enough for a club that's in the Champions League. For me, he could do better than us. We're just so lucky to have him. And Bruce is a clown for not picking him.
I totally agree. You're absolutely right. I mean, the club is in a mess at this moment in time. I mean, Stevie's got his own favourites, like I said, like Darlow. I mean, Darlow's been fantastic. Shelby, Lascelles, right? Hendrick, and that clown up front as well. So you're right. It's just getting a joke, isn't it? It's just worse. I mean, I definitely put the back in on Sunday for that game. He needs to play because he's an international goalkeeper, and Darlow isn't. But at the end of the day, I just think it's a complete and utter mess of the club. But if, like you said earlier, if Dubravka goes, we can't forgive him.
No, not at all. He has been my favourite player now since he joined. He's just excellent. It's very rare you'll see him make a mistake, and even when he does, unlike other keepers and players, you can forgive him because he makes up for it with the amount of times that he saves us from literally getting thrashed, or the amount of points that he would have gifted us over the past few years is just unreal when you think about it. And honestly, if he was to leave this club, that would be, I could never ever forgive Bruce. That would be the worst thing he'd do for me. That would nearly be as bad as him getting us relegated, because I just love Martin Dubravka. He's amazing.
He's world class. He's a world class keeper, and a lot of people just don't seem to forget that. Do you know what I mean? But he's been watched by Juventus and PSG a couple of seasons ago, sort of thing. That just goes to show that he's a world class keeper. But if he went to Juve, he'd be second string behind Shashi anyway. But listen, at this moment in time, I think there's going to be questions going to be asked to Steve Bruce and Ashley as well. But Ashley knows he can make money out of the back. He's got, 5 years left on his contract to go? Because he's on a 6-year one last season. But hey, if he goes, then let's just get relegated. Do you know what I mean? Just get relegated. So I've got Thomas on here. Dubravka has to come back. Darlow has been fantastic, but it's time for him to come back and ask Dubravka to come back.
In an ideal world, I'd like to keep Dubravka and Darlow, but I think we're going to have to let one of them go because I can't see them both staying, because both of them are good enough for first team football. And Darlow could easily leave and go to another club and get first team football without a doubt for me. So I can't see them both staying around. But 100% it'll be an easy decision for me to keep Dubravka over Darlow.
Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. You're right there. But I'm just worried about the club for me anyway. I think the club's a complete utter mess, if I'm honest with you. But what I got you on here, we play Manchester United on Sunday and kick off at 7 o'clock at Old Trafford. And how would you set up the team? I mean, how would you play? What tactics and who would you play?
I certainly wouldn't go to 5 at the back, although I could see why you would do it, because I think we're going to get thrashed regardless, and we don't want to get embarrassed. So the more defensive we play, the less likely we are to let goals in. I wouldn't go 4-3-3. I'd probably go 4-2-3-1.
Yeah.
In terms of the team, I'd probably stick Andy Carroll up top. I know that's like people be thinking what, but Joe Linton I wouldn't, and Gale I think was so poor. So I'll probably just give Andy Carroll a go, and if he's rubbish, just bring him off. Because realistically, we're not going to get 90 minutes out of him anyway, so we'd only be playing 60 minutes at maximum. And then I'd probably go Willock, and then St. Maximin and Almiron behind.
Yeah.
And then probably Hayden, and I don't know who I'll play alongside Hayden. Any suggestions?
Matty Longstaff, getting back. They got back.
I completely forgot about Matty, to be fair. This is the thing, he's been out of the team so long. Yeah, I said last night that I'll bring Matty in because obviously we know he loves a goal against Man United. And then at the back, I'd probably say centre back, I'll probably go with Clark, and then I would drop Lascelles, but who would I bring in? Probably Dummett at centre back, to be honest, and then I'd probably play Murphy at left back, and then right back have to sit with Kraft, unfortunately.
Oh, what do I call him? What do I call Kraft?
Emil Kraft.
No, and another one. the Swedish.
Cafu.
Yeah. So nah. Or you can call it Emil Daft as well, by the way. So hey, Emil Crappers think, oh man, need good for us. For me, I'll go with the back and gore.
Yeah, the back and gore.
Gonna have to right back. Oh god. It's gonna have to be him, and it's gonna have to be Graft, and it's gonna have to be him. We've got anyone else, haven't we? So it's gonna have to be him. Left back, I'll have to go with. I'll probably have to go with Matt Ritchie, bring him back. Okay.
Do you not think Murphy would be worth a shout?
Not a left back, I wouldn't.
Would you not?
I wouldn't put him left back. He's a right winger. I wouldn't put him left back.
He can play left back though.
Can he? We watched it. Have you ever seen him play left back? Because I haven't seen him play left back.
I'm pretty. Or did he play? I'm probably
He's playing right wing back.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm getting confused with. My brain's all over the place because it's so confusing at the minute with the amount of players that are injured and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So to be fair, maybe I would drop Kraft and bring Murphy. I want to see Murphy get game time.
Yeah.
And I think that he can help bring us forward up the pitch. But then at left back, yeah, you probably have to go Matt Ritchie. But I really don't want to play Matt Ritchie because, well, I just don't think he's up to it anymore.
Nah, it's a shame because he's been a great sim for the time, but I think he needs to win in the summer, and I think he'd definitely go in the summer. No questions about that. I think Bournemouth would be like a destination for him, or even could be Portsmouth if they get promoted. But for me, I played the back and goal. I gotta go with Murphy right back. Definitely got Kraft. Definitely play Murphy right back. Left back, you're gonna have to persevere with Lewis, even though he's been awful of late. Centre back, I'll play Kieran Clark and Paul Dummett. I'll drop Lascelles. He doesn't look fit to us, and his mind's not there. In the holding role, I'll have to play with Isaac Hayden and Matty Longstaff. I'm gonna have to play with. I'm gonna have to take a shot and go with Fraser, Amiron, ASM, or I could drop ASM and play me on the 10 row, Rillick on the right side, even though he can play central mid. And up front, I'll go with Andy Carroll.
Yeah, Andy Carroll's the same for me.
Definitely. It's got to be a 4-2-3-1 because you've got to play Carroll now. I mean, Dwight Gale, for me, doesn't look happy at the club at all whatsoever. I'd get rid of him as well very, very quickly. He'll go in the summer. So I've got Angie here. Have you guys heard a song about Bruce? That the True Fear podcast, I think it was done to Slim Shady of Eminem. Really funny. I haven't heard that one. Have you?
No, I haven't seen it.
I'll probably catch it on Twitter later on, perhaps. And Tom said, can someone tell me what's a false 10? The false 10 is, right, it's like you said, you're playing centre forward, but you're dropping deep instead. Man City does that a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it's a questionable term because I think that's kind of something that Bruce kind of made up in his head. It's a bit odd, but yeah.
Tell her I was false 9. Sorry, false 9 is centre forward, but dropping back. False 10, I've got absolutely no idea. Absolutely no idea. Thomas, excuse me, sorry about that. I didn't know I misread the question there. I thought false 9 was false 10. No, false. This guy is an absolute bellend. He really is. He's an absolute muppet. I'm going to call him Donald Bruce. Donald Bruce for now, and that's what I'm going to call him, Donald Bruce, because he's just mostly Donald Trump. But yeah, Paul said, welcome, Paul. 7-1-2, Man U.
Wow. I hope not.
I hope not neither, but it's got to be anywhere. But you just never know. But yeah, I mean, how are you getting on with the channels? On the Toon Review channels and Newcastle Fans TV, NUFC Matters. You got on quite a few, haven't you?
Yeah, I've done quite a lot. It sounds a lot when you say it, definitely. I was on, obviously, the Toon Review last night with Paul. That went really, really well. So hopefully, I think I'm on next Thursday again, so that'll be good. And I think Sam from Ladies Night's on.
Yeah.
So that'll be nice. And then Ladies Night, obviously, that's great. I love doing Ladies Night. It's my second one. And then I'm doing a live watch along on Sunday when we're playing Man U on Steve Wraith's channel again, so that'll be good. And I'm hoping to do more stuff with Newcastle Fans TV in the future, but I don't have anything planned at the minute, so hopefully we can sort something out.
Aye. What I'll try to do as well is recommend a few, like say, Arsenal channels as well, because I've got punters of Arsenal channels now, and I've got to get them to get you on there as well if you ever play them. So I've got to try and get you on the AF over and over again, right? Gunnerich, he's fantastic, and a guy called Albert, another channel as well. He's amazing as well, sort of thing. So, and they will look after you. So I'll make sure I talk to them. I'm going to get them on as well.
Yeah, I think I follow them on Twitter, so
They're fantastic guys. I mean, I'll get people ask us to come on to this. What's his name? Lionel Piggott, I think his name is. He's the guy from Japan. Spoke to him last week or just a week ago for Japan. He's a Swiss French lad. Fantastic guy, really fantastic. He's a Chelsea fan, and I might go on this channel as well. So I'm getting there as well, mind, you know. So yeah, it's just wonderful stuff. So yeah, I was going to say, Holly, what do you think the score's going to be on Sunday at Old Trafford?
If I'm being positive, I'm going to say 3-0 to Man United, but I think it could easily be 5-0 or hopefully not any more than that. But I'm going to say 3-0, trying to be more positive.
Yeah, I'm going to say 4-0 because don't forget they haven't got Popper's not playing. I think Cavani's not playing either, sort of thing. So those two are definitely out, apparently. So
I don't think Pogba will be a miss. Like, I think he's the most overrated player ever. I know Man United fans seem to like him and stuff. Whenever I watch the guy, I never see what he does. He just looks like he does nothing.
I know. Honestly, I think he's a world beater, honestly. But when some of the games he just goes hiding. But when he used to play for Juventus for 4 seasons, the guy was absolutely amazing. Absolutely. There's no bad word against him. He just got on for the job. He's just gets on with it quietly. But when he moves to Man U, he just tried to run the roost. And unfortunately, you know, the fans don't like it, and some of the players don't like it. So, and that's a shame because he could do more bits, and he needs to step up a bit more and actually do something.
I agree. I don't yeah, he can have good games, but generally I don't think he's anything special for me.
Nah, he needs to do more. He's 27. He needs to do a lot more for me. I got David here. Hi, John. How are you, mate? David, absolutely fine. Just you know, tough, quiet day first sort of thing. So yeah, everything's fine. We'll be okay. And 2-1 to Newcastle from David, and 1-6 for Thomas. Well, I hope you two are positive, like, you know, not with being positive, puts this in, but I think we get absolutely mullered. Could you imagine if Cavani played? And could you also imagine Rashford played as well? That would be a mess. They still got Bruno Fernandes, and the guy, our father's career, where he's playing Italy, he played for 3 clubs, Novara, Udinese, and Sampdoria. He was great for Udinese. And yeah, if you've got to watch him, if we don't close him down, the trouble is we don't push, you don't press. And if you don't control the game, I'm sorry, he's just going to rip us apart.
I said a while ago, I've written off the Man United game. Like, I know it's not what we should be doing. We should be trying to be positive, and people in the comments being positive, and I wish I could be like that. But my mindset at the minute, I don't see anything positive. I just think we're in such a negative state, and I'm really worried about our future. Most importantly, it's okay worrying about the next 1 or 2 games, but I'm worried about like next season and beyond, because if we're stuck with Mike Ashley and Bruce, it's just gonna end horrendously. The only way is down, like, for me.
Yeah, man. I totally agree. There. I mean, if you look at when we got promoted, a lot of people haven't been said of this. We finished 10th when we got back from the championship in the Rafa, 12th season 13th. After that. Then it's 13th, and now it's 17th. We're absolutely regressed from 10th, 12th, 13th, 17th. Right. And I'll tell you something, we're just going doing all the time. And we are going to hit the relegation zone. Because if Fulham gets over Texas, Holly, I think we're done.
Yeah, like that. This is why I'm so worried, because yes, it's important that we start picking up points and stuff like that. But it's just, if we go down, then there's no point in return for me. I don't think there's any chance we'll bounce straight back up like we have the past 2 times. I just think the club will just fall apart, and the years of neglect from Ashley will just start to really show through, and it's scary to think about. But then even if we do stay up and we're still under Mike Ashley because the takeover doesn't happen and Bruce will still be there, then we'll just go down the season after that for me. So I just don't see any positives unless he goes and the takeover happens. And yes, we can blame Mike Ashley. He would get part of the blame, but ultimately it would be the Premier League's fault, because if it wasn't for the Premier League stopping the takeover, Mike Ashley wouldn't even be here now, and we wouldn't have any of these problems to worry about. It would be all done and dusted.
I totally agree. I think the Premier League should be sued as well for it as well, and I hope to get taken to the courts for it as well for not allowing that takeover to happen. And that is so worrying, because had I been a Man U or a Liverpool or the three London clubs, right, and Man City, that would have got taken over straight away. That would have got done and dusted straight away. They done it to Burnley. They allowed Burnley to take over to get past. Now they're 90 million in debt. What's going on there? But they do not want Newcastle there. I just don't get it at all whatsoever. And you also mentioned as well, if we get relegated, we could be going down to League One. In my opinion, I think we go down to League One, Holly, and Mike Ashley will be breaking all records. Do you know what I mean? All records. Do you know? Two relegations could be free. A relegation down to League One. And you know what? If you do go down to League One, and I don't want to be negative there, then we probably deserve it at the end of the day. Why? Because it's the way he runs the club. Shockingly.
I can't even allow myself to think about that, because it's just heartbreaking to think about that. Like, it sounds dramatic and stuff, but if we were to just rot in League One and never ever come back up, I'd rather they just not be in Newcastle anymore, because I couldn't bear to watch us like that. It's not what Newcastle ever should have been, ever should be, and it's just, it would be just the shell of a club that's rotten, and it's not something that we know as Newcastle, and it would be horrible. I couldn't even imagine it.
Do you know what it is? I think you're right, Holly, because I know I was going a bit overboard what I said about going out to League One, to be honest. I'm sorry about that. Sorry, viewers, but you can see a mile away. I'm not normal. I did say about Kraft. I said about Kraft's being already joined. I was right. And there's a few things I said I was right. But, you know, Ashley will not invest. If you go on the Championship, when you've gone the Championship, you spent, what, £52 million for Rafa Benitez. But he will not spend a penny in the Championship. No way.
He won't spend any money anymore because he doesn't want the club. But when you were on about League One, it's not that you were even going overboard, because realistically, if we carry on like this, it is a possibility. It's just something that I can't even bear to think about, because it's just like so depressing.
Yeah, you're right.
It's not that it's unrealistic. It's just awful to think about, and I just hope that we never come to that position where we have to think about it.
I know, you're absolutely right, but I know anything could happen. But you look at, they've got 13 players out of contract at the end of the season. They could be on their way. Plus, ASM could be on his way. Shelby, Debraka. We ain't going to have a team.
I know. It's very, very worrying times. It's like we're going to be left with like nothing. And Mike Ashley's already practically said in a way that he's not going to be investing anymore. And you can't expect him to, because he doesn't even want to own the club anymore. So why would he be putting more money into something that he doesn't want in the first place? Like, it's just such a weird position we're in at the minute, because like I said before we came on live, it can go two ways. We can either stay up by some luck because some gods are shining down on we, and the takeover goes through in the summer and happy days, we're starting to climb the league and do well. Or it can go the other way, where we go down, Bruce and Mike Ashley still here, and we just can't get out of the Championship. And we're in a very, very strange place at the minute, somewhere that I wish we'd never been. And people think we're being dramatic, but it's just the reality. There's no future when you look towards it, and it's just scary.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And we are a proud club, and it's so depressing what you said. You're right, Holly. It's just so depressing. And I hope we don't go to that situation, because we do, then it's going to be horrible. I mean, we love our club. We love Newcastle United. We want the best for the club. But unfortunately, the Premier League's not helping us. Ashley's trying to sell the club. Steve Bruce is going to take us down. So, yeah, it is so sad. I got Tom here. The Blacker says frustrated with not getting a game for Newcastle this season. Surely Bruce has got to play his number one goalkeeper, and Bass Martin. Put him back in now. The Dugout Football Channel. Welcome to me chat. First time, I believe. Evening, please. Beat Man United, please. and also said that's depression. If you fell into relegation zone, do you think Bruce would get sacked? Well, I don't think he will. He won't, because he would have got sacked months ago. But this is the thing, right? I mean, this is the thing. Mike Ashley is a gambler. We know that. Okay. He takes a chance. He doesn't want to sack managers. Yeah. He's got opportunity to sack him. Me personally, he should have gone after Liverpool last season. I've always said that. Yeah. And I said at this time in the summer, if he stays beyond that, we'll be in the bottom three. And you know what? Again, it's heading that way. It's heading that way because I believe Fulham will get out of this, because we got to play Fulham to come. Yes. If we don't beat Fulham, Brighton, Burnley away, and we don't win those games, get beat, or West Brom, we deserve to go down. Simple as that.
Well,
Go on. Go on.
I said that I think we will still stay up very luckily in 17th place, and there won't be much in it. It could go down to the last game, but maybe that's me just being hopeful, because I don't want to think about the possibilities of what will happen after that. But even if we go down and we're in the Championship, I think Bruce will still be here, because Mike Ashley will look at it like he's got experience in the Championship, so he might be able to take us back up. That's the worrying thing, is Mike Ashley will probably think he's the right man for the job there. But it's hard to get a new manager, because there's no one that we could really recruit with the state we're in. And then also, he's going to keep Bruce on a while longer, and by then it could be too late to save us. So it's just an argument that is kind of pointless having in a way, because there's no really positive outcomes.
Yeah, it's depressing, isn't it, man? I mean, you're right, but it's so depressing at this club. I mean, we deserve better than this. We had 14 years of Ashley, and we are suffering as well. Do you know what I mean? 14, early 15 years. There's this, man. And any other club, the fans would have done something about this. The fans would have got the managers and the owners out of the club. In Italy, what happened in Italy, like the Milan clubs and Juve, Roma, all those major clubs in Italy, I tell you what, the person who won't even last 10 minutes there, they will not turn up to good games as well. So, and I know for a fact, because Milan have to ace Milan Lazio as well. But yeah, it's so depressing, man. But like I said, so you got to see what happens coming the end of the season. But for me, if we get in the bottom three, then for me, he's got to go. But you need to get a manager in ASAP. But they're not going to come to Newcastle. They're not going to work with Ashley.
This is the thing. It's like, it's all well and good with sack Bruce, but then who do we bring in that can do a better job? Because the people that are willing to come in are probably just as bad as Bruce or worse, because you can't see any decent manager coming here in the current situation, because there's nothing but doom and gloom.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. But you're right. But it looks like we're going to stick with Bruce at this moment in time and hope for the best. I don't want to, but you never know. I mean, we would have thought we got Rafa Benitez a couple of seasons ago, and who would have thought he would have came if his name was mentioned Newcastle? We would have laughed. We'd have just said, "Hey, short man, that's not going to happen," and it did happen.
Well, it would be fabulous if Rafa came back now. Like, that would just completely sort all the problems out. Can you imagine if they announced Bruce is gone, Rafa's back, happy days? We wouldn't be worrying anymore. It wouldn't happen, but I wish.
I tell you what, and the players will absolutely step up. Even the injured players are coming and say, "Look, I want to play. I'll play on bandage if I wanted to for Rafa Benitez," and they will put in a shift in. I'm telling you. Do you know what I mean?
But he can recruit in the summer as well more easily than Bruce, and he can get more bargain players and stuff. He's a better person at recruiting and scouting new players. So it's just, there's no one better for saving us in the current situation than him. It's just a shame that it won't happen because of the relationship between him and Mike Ashley. But I'd love it, man.
Aye, it'd be amazing. I'll pay £5,000 a season to get Rafa Benitez there. And if it's a take all that sort of thing, I want this guy back. Unfinished business. Get the players who you want. Get the best players in Italy. Get them in. My guy. Get the best in Serie A. But there you go. Can you imagine that sort of thing? I got Tom again watching Bruce this afternoon in this press conference. I couldn't understand what he was saying at times. I totally agree, because I picked the best of the bunch on my Twitter account, and the guy is an absolute fool. He really is. I mean, the guy, he must be thinking still stuck in the 19th century.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. He just it's like he doesn't know how to answer the questions, so he'll like contradict himself or just give these answers which are completely unrelated to what he's being asked. It's just always bizarre.
He's having an easy time, and he's not being challenged. He's having an easy time. He's just on challenge, and I think the press must do more. Had it been a London club or Liverpool, Man U club, Manchester clubs, he would have got absolutely roasted by now. I'm telling you, absolutely roasted.
He would have. He's getting away with it a lot though because of the fact that there's no fans there and the fact that we're in lockdown. Because if there was fans there, it could have been a different story. We might have, with the constant like in the ground hounding him out, he might have gave up by now and left. But since we're not there, he's just getting away with it with no repercussions.
I totally agree. Even not last 5 minutes at that ground, he would have been gone. Honestly, he'd be gone. And his life, I'm afraid I hate to see it, for his own health and his life, he needs to get away, have sense and resign. I've got close door now. Now, he's or she is a Crystal Palace fan. And I don't know who he said, I heard Roy Hodgson's line for the Newcastle job. Thanks, but no thanks. He's 73 years old. I think he'd take a retirement at the end of the season. Newcastle needs a massive clout in the summer. That's from Tom. And we got Tower One Power. I heard it's Hodgson or Lampard next for the Newcastle job.
Well, Roy Hodgson, no way, but I'd take Frank Lampard.
Thank you, yeah. Oh, would I tell you what, though, he's done well. As I said before, he should never took the Chelsea job yet. He should have stayed at Derby for another season, get them up, keep them mid-table, and then to the Chelsea job. Get that experience in there. Do you know what I mean?
It was so harsh sacking him. I would never have sacked him if I was in charge of Chelsea. Like, I don't know how the fans felt about it, but if it was Newcastle, I would have been willing to give him another season, and I'd certainly take him here. Like, I think he's a decent manager.
He's a big name player, and he's won everything in the book: Champions League, FA Cup, the Premier League, the lot. And the guy was absolutely magnificent. And it goes with the job sort of thing. You're going to get this back on your CV. It goes with it. His stock is quite high at this moment in time, and he's been linked with Celtic. He's been linked with Bournemouth. He's been linked with Palace job next season. So I think Frank will do well. I really do, and maybe one day he can go back to Chelsea again. Sort of, I think he'll go back to Chelsea because he loves that club. He really does. And Lampard, is he a part of the Cockney Mafia? No, he's not. He is a Cockney, but oh yeah, man, he's not a part of Ashley's clan. No way. And Dave said, "We're not Roy Newcastle. We're not Roy. Newcastle's not a care home." And the guy's absolutely right.
Yeah, Roy Hodgson's well past it now.
He's past the sell by date, isn't he? But I wouldn't be surprised if Ashley got him anywhere, sort of thing. He got joking there, and he haven't managed for what, 8 years, and he still got him. So with Ashley, sort of thing, well, he doesn't care about us. He doesn't care about the club. All he wants is yes, man, and that is it for me. I mean, I'll go out and say quickly, I won't keep you too long. I've got quite a few people watching this live anyway. Please stick a like on my video. Please follow Holly Blades 05. She's absolutely amazing. And please subscribe to me channel. I've got another 6,450. So I'll be absolutely buzzing. So like I said, sorry, that one. Close door now. Oh, David. Strange. Good line. And so I was going to say, you say it's going to be 3-4-0 to 3-5-0 to Manchester United. I'm going to say 4-0. And yeah, so when you next on the channel? You next on the channel and on, is it tomorrow you next on?
Or no, Sunday? I'm on. We're playing on Sunday, aren't we?
Yeah, you watch along with Steve on Sunday.
Yeah, I always get confused when it's a Sunday kick off, but yeah, I'm on the watch along with Steve Wraith next.
Oh, bless you. You know, you're getting all the best channels, are you, Holly? And I'm pleased for you. Yay!
So, I try.
God bless you. Listen, I'm gonna stop at that. Okay, but did you enjoy coming on my show again?
Yeah, as always. I'm always happy to come on.
You'll do it again next week?
Sure, yes. On Friday.
Friday? Yeah, 7 o'clock again. That's what we're playing with Derby. What was next week? See, look, we've done it in 55 minutes? Not 3 hours this time.
Thankfully.
Yay! Go on. Oh, yeah. So listen, I was going to say it, but unless we get something on Sunday, I doubt we will. But listen, Holly, thanks for coming on this chat again, and you're always welcome anytime. And I
No
said,
problem.
I
Thanks
said
for
you're
having
going to be a
us
regular anyway. It's safe to be a regular, then I saw, yeah.
on.
So, and have a good day, and thanks so much for coming on there.
You too. Bye.
Okay, bye. No, see you later. So, right, that's Holly Blades, and she's absolutely amazing. Please check her out on NUFC Matters. She's on Steve's channel too on Sunday, and she's back on AFC Team Company on Friday. So, just gonna wrap this channel up very, very quickly. I mean, I've got David saying Newcastle. I've got Tom saying Man, you to win 3-1. I'll say 4-0. And Tom saying great. Sure. Thanks so much indeed, guys. And listen, I'm going to get myself away, but I'm going to wrap this up. And Holly's amazing. And thanks for her to come on my show. And yeah, I shall be back at 10:15 on another channel. So please keep your eyes peeled for that. And I've got Jason. When's Claire back on, John? She'll probably be back on in a couple of weeks' time. And you know, she just comes on often. She's only been on there twice, but she's absolutely amazing, Claire. And playing on Sunday. So what I'm going to try and do, I'm going to try and go on my channel to do the review in a couple of days' time. So yeah, I'll get back on for that. It's like doing AFTV, isn't it? It's amazing. So yeah, so I'll get it back on very, very soon. So listen, I'm going to wrap it up quickly. I've done it for nearly an hour. And yeah, thanks so much for coming on our show. And I'll be back, like I said, 10:15 in it. And then I've got to think of a stream to do tomorrow. I've got to try and do the Man U overseas. And back to Tom doing a show tomorrow. Tom, if I can, I've got to think of something. I've got to try and get a Man United fan on the chat as well overseas, if I can do that. And also get an NFC fan as well overseas as well. So, yeah, so I can't wait for that. And Jason, I beat David. I'm sure David's fine, and I'm sure it's fine. So, like I said, I'm going to get myself away, but thanks so much for joining us. And please smash, please subscribe to my channel and also take a like on my video. But until then, guys, have a great evening. Catch you later. Bye-bye.